Thank you for coming to my channel, Compass Starlight. For this video, I'm going to be pulling some cards for her reading for the week ahead. Today I am using the Rainbow Tarot, I believe is the name. Yes. Haven't used this one in a while, but it's bright and cheery. And since it's midday, I thought it's a good choice. It's a good choice for today. Had one card pull out. What do we have? It's the Ace of Pentacles. That's auspicious. The Ace of Pentacles. A tangible new opportunity being offered to you by the universe. From a gift from source. Oh, that actually reminds me of something I've been thinking about lately. I say a prayer when I'm driving in order to protect myself and other drivers, as well as any animals that might be in my proximity. And it works very well, remarkably well. I break for animals. I don't want to hit an animal. I don't want to hit a person either. But I have found in my years that my little prayer seems to work really well. And I was thinking, what other kinds of things can I add to my daily routine in order to manifest greatness? And, you know, what do we want? What do we want in life? One thing I decided I would add to my driving prayer is thank you for the gifts. Because I want more gifts. Yeah, you want to give me gifts? I will. Please give me your gifts. I will take those gifts. What do I want? Anything. What are you going to give me? And so the reality is that the universe gives us things all the time. And every interaction with a person in some way is a gift if you can figure it out. And so I say thank you for the gifts. Now I have a few other cards that fell to the floor cards. We have the Nine of Swords. So the Ace of Pentacles. This one is a gift. A gift from the universe. Thank you for the gifts. Then we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Devil and the Pope, which is the Hierophant. Interesting, interesting, interesting. The gift, the worry. Nine of Cups, the Devil, and the Pope. Oh. Okay. The Nine of Swords here is that sense of being overwhelmed in thought and worry and dread, the things that keep you up at night. Now, I just did a video. I'm wearing the same shirt, same backdrop. I just recorded it 10 minutes ago, where I was addressing this notion of being weighed down by your thoughts, and how when you encounter somebody today, tomorrow, yesterday, that gives you some negativity, some negative feedback, and seems to be somewhat oppressing you, drowning your high frequency, right? Putting weight on that high frequency. It opens the door to past hurts from which you have already healed. So the suggestion, the message, is to be very conscious about the experiences with which and the people with whom you are currently engaging, because if they're giving you negative feedback, it's just going to perpetuate more negativity and open your mind up more to be more susceptible to thoughts of people, places, things, experiences from which you've already healed. Those are the kinds of things where, you know, we're watching a movie and all of a sudden we're reminded of that ex and we start thinking about that ex. Well, that might have happened so much, like in the first week after being with that, or splitting up with that person, right? The songs on the radio or the music that you were listening to, whatever programming you were watching on TV or on the internet, everything reminded you of that person. But over time, it became, those occurrences became fewer and fewer, and you're able to let it go, right? When you have an experience with somebody that makes you not feel so great, cut it off, disassociate yourself from that person, and refocus your energy, because otherwise those sort of negative experiences, like you'll think of your ex again, or whatever negative experiences from which you've already healed. So we have to put that behind us, and we have to be conscious about that. Mind control, personal mind control, conscious awareness. And so in some ways, this Nine of Swords can stand in front of this Ace of Pentacles, this tangible offer from Source, if we don't consciously direct our awareness. So have a clear mind so that you can be balanced when this comes in. Because when this Ace of Pentacles comes in, this offer from the universe, it's going to be great. It's going to give you this Nine of Cups. This is that sense of having it all. You have everything that you could want and need. The Nine of Cups. All the cups are filled. And that's a lovely place to be. In fact, sometimes we can get obsessed with that energy. So again, there are a couple cards here. Balance. Of balance, I said. The Devil and the Pope. You see there's symmetry in both of these cards. With the Devil, we can fall prey to the monkey mind. So we can have a good thing and go too far and have too much of it, in reference to the Nine of Cups. Or we can have some negativity and have too much of it, falling prey, falling victim to the devil. The devil can be that monkey mind. The devil can be very many things. The devil can be obsession. It can be lust. It can be envy. It can be temptation. It can be addiction. And then, there's a whole slew of different kinds of addictions people can have. So we're talking about keeping things in moderation, in balance. In balance. And so here with the Pope, the Hierophant, he is initiating the two disciples. It is a position of authority, but authority over self, authority over direction. So again, this or this? What would you choose? Be up all night, perplexed in thought, negative thinking, or to feel the sense of abundance and like you have it all? It's your choice. And perhaps this gift may be as simple as recognizing your choice, recognizing your control. Scratch that. I don't want to say the control. Your conscious awareness to be able to choose negative or positive, obsession or trust in the divine. I don't know if that fully makes sense, what I'm trying to convey. But with the devil harnesses the masculine and feminine energies. The devil has the ability to make one feel oppressed, to make one feel like they don't have control over themselves, because the devil has control over the individual. This can also be a card about dependence. The Hierophant says you have the keys to free yourself from the chains in which we find ourselves in bondage with the devil. You have the keys to the doorway, to the infinite, possibilities, confirmation, to divine source, to the protection and the guidance from source, all the possibilities expressed by the heavens. As many stars as there are like the equivalent of the number of possibilities. And if I ever get to making a video about time travel, I'm going to have to touch on that. The stars, the endless opportunities, the endless ways that you can manifest yourself on this plane, in the 3D. Everything has a spirit. And someday we'll be able to pop into any spirit we want. If we want to have an experience, we'll just pop into that thing, that being, and be able to have that experience. But it's going to take raising our frequency first. And that's a lot of work for a collective, for like an entire planet. Yep. So, anyhow, I don't want to get too far off on a tangent. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is blessing the initiatives. In some illustrations, the Hierophant is blessing 2 monks. But the Hierophant is the ultimate say from within. It's like knowing your spirit guide. If you identify with the notion of having a spirit guide, it's like that spirit guide you refer to, it's really yourself though. It's really part of your own projection. But it's like that referral back to like what you really know with your intuition. Where do I want to go? And you check in with that part of yourself. And it is a part of yourself. It's part of everything. It's part of source. And therefore that's why it's easy to trust it. Because it is what is. Without the impulse of ego. I mean, the devil is a lot about ego. So my message, yes, we get here the Ace of Pentacles, this offer from the divine, a gift from source. What is the gift? The gift is to know and to trust your intuition, that everything on this plane is taken care of, provided you stay balanced and you keep your frequency, keep working on your frequency to keep it going up. If you let the negativity take over in such a way as the devil holds that dominion, then it's harder to see this gift. But if you can focus more on the positive, the Nine of Cups, and trust that you have all the resources you need always. Those are the gifts. Thank you for those gifts. Thank you, universe, that when I need something I really need, I have the resources available. And that may be, you're hungry, you need food. There are resources. You have to use your mental faculties to touch in, and your intuition, so that you know where to go to get to the resources for food when you're expecting to spend money on food and you don't have any money. Even in those stretches where there's, for people who are really struggling, you have resources. We have this brain that we don't even use like half of it. It's insane. It's not, but we have so many more resources than we're willing to recognize. And that's one of the gifts of the universe. You trust and follow your intuition. You always find yourself in a place of happiness, appreciation. But it does require giving thanks frequently. Thank you for the gifts. The gift may be a lesson. The gift may be insight into how a person acts or interacts with you. You know, somebody, you're driving around and somebody cuts you off in traffic. you can still say thank you for the gift. Like, hey, they cut you off, but they didn't hit your vehicle, right? That would be even. And then sometimes there's a situation where you're driving around and somebody does hit your vehicle. Did you learn something from the experience? Because if you did, that is a gift. Thank you for the gift. As long as we walk our path and try to focus on the gifts that are handed to us all the time, we will begin to see more and more positive things appear for us, things for which we can truly be thankful, things that will uplift us and make us feel good, things that will feel like all of our cups are full. That's the message for the week ahead. Thank you for coming to my channel, Compass Starlight.